denied and then approved. How 80% of Canada's study visa refusals are overturned in court. Welcome back to Canada Chronicles. If you're an international student planning to study in Canada, you need to hear this. Over the past year, thousands of qualified students have faced unexpected visa refusals, leaving them frustrated and unsure about their future. But here's the shocking part: 80% of those who challenge their refusals in court are winning their cases. So, what's really going on with Canada's immigration system? Why are so many genuine applications being denied? And more importantly, what can you do if this happens to you? In today's video, we'll dive deep into the study permit crisis, the real reasons behind these rejections, and how students are successfully overturning them through judicial reviews. And don't go anywhere, because later in this video, we'll discuss what changes Canada is making to fix this broken system and what the future holds for international students. If you're planning to study in Canada, or if you know someone who is, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on crucial updates that could affect your application. Let's get started. A growing crisis in Canada's study visa system. Canada has long been considered one of the best destinations for international students. With world-class universities, a diverse and welcoming society, and a pathway to permanent residence, the country has been attracting students from across the globe. However, in recent years, something unexpected has been happening. An alarming number of study permit applications are being denied. The refusal rates have increased so dramatically that many qualified students who meet all the eligibility criteria are left confused and frustrated. In 2024, study permit approval rates dropped to 49%, marking the lowest approval rate since data became available in 2018. The number was even more concerning for certain countries. Nigeria and Bangladesh saw approval rates as low as 18%, while Ghana was at 25%. This sharp decline has raised significant concerns among students, education institutions, and immigration experts. Why are so many genuine students being denied? What is going wrong with Canada's immigration system? One factor that has contributed to the decline in study permit approvals is the growing backlog of applications and the increasing reliance on automated decision-making tools. While these technologies were introduced to streamline the process, critics argue that they have instead led to a higher number of unfair refusals. Automated systems may fail to account for the nuances of individual applications, resulting in decisions that lack proper context or consideration. As a result, many applicants are denied without a thorough review by a human officer, fueling frustration and a lack of trust in the system. Unfair rejections and common reasons for denials. A closer look at the study permit refusals reveals a pattern. Many applicants who have been denied visas report that the reasoning behind their rejection is vague, inconsistent, or simply incorrect. Immigration officers commonly cite these reasons. One of the most frequent justifications for rejection is that the applicant has not demonstrated sufficient financial support. However, many rejected students claim they provided more than the required proof of funds. Some applicants even had their bank accounts audited, showing that they had significantly more than the minimum required amount, yet their applications were still refused. Another common reason is the officer's belief that the applicant will not leave Canada at the end of their studies. This is a vague and subjective reason, and many students struggle to understand how officers arrive at this conclusion. Even when applicants provide strong ties to their home country, such as family connections or business interests, they still receive refusals based on this reasoning. Some refusals are based on the claim that the purpose of the applicant's visit is not consistent with a temporary stay in Canada. This reason is particularly frustrating for students because they are clearly applying for a temporary study permit and have no intention of staying illegally. In many cases, their study plans align perfectly with their previous education and career trajectory, yet their applications are denied with little explanation. Another factor affecting rejection rates is the lack of detailed assessment by visa officers. According to immigration experts, visa officers are processing applications at an extremely fast pace, often spending only 4 to 6 minutes per application. This rush leads to overlooked details, incomplete reviews, and unfair denials. The increasing success of judicial reviews. With thousands of students being denied study permits, many have started turning to judicial reviews as a last resort. A judicial review is a legal process where a federal court judge examines whether the immigration officer's decision was fair and based on proper assessment. If the judge finds that the officer made an unreasonable decision, the refusal can be overturned. Surprisingly, about 80% of study permit refusals challenged in court have been successfully overturned. This means that for every 10 rejected applications that undergo judicial review, 8 are found to be wrongly refused and get a second chance. The high success rate of these appeals raises a crucial question. If so many refusals are being overturned, how many more are unfairly denied without challenge? This trend has not gone unnoticed by Canadian universities and colleges, many of which have begun advocating for their students and urging Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada to improve its decision-making processes. Some institutions have even implemented legal assistance programs or partnered with organizations specializing in judicial reviews to help affected students challenge unfair refusals. These efforts signal a growing awareness among academic institutions that study permit denials not only impact individual students but also have broader consequences for enrollment numbers, campus diversity, and Canada's reputation as a top study destination. A case study. The story of Olamide Balogun. To put this into perspective, let's look at the case of Olamide Balogun, a Nigerian student who was accepted into Centennial College's Personal Support Worker program. Olamide was thrilled to begin his studies in Canada and had all the necessary financial support, documents, and academic qualifications. However, in October 2024, his study permit was denied. The reason? The immigration officer claimed that he had not provided sufficient proof of funds. This was shocking because Olamide had submitted bank statements showing that he had significantly more money than required. Confused and devastated, he considered giving up on his dream of studying in Canada. That's when he discovered BorderPass, a service that helps students challenge visa refusals through judicial reviews. With legal assistance, Olamide's case was taken to court, where a judge examined his refusal. In January 2025, his study permit refusal was overturned. The judge ruled that the visa officer had misinterpreted his financial documents and failed to assess his application properly. Within a few weeks, Olamide received his study permit, proving that his initial rejection had been unfair and unnecessary. Olamide is just one of many students who have successfully challenged an unfair refusal. Over the past 8 months, hundreds of students have had their denials reversed through judicial review. This exposes serious flaws in the immigration system and raises concerns about whether many other students are wrongly denied but never challenge their decision. Thanks for staying with us this far. We appreciate your time and hope you're finding this information valuable. The future of study permit approvals in Canada. With increasing pressure from students, universities, and legal experts, the Canadian government has started making some changes. In 2025, Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada announced that it is reviewing its visa processing system to improve transparency and fairness. There have also been discussions about increasing oversight and accountability for visa officers to ensure they make fair and informed decisions. However, these changes will take time. In the meantime, thousands of students will continue to face unjust refusals. The best way to fight back is through awareness, legal action, and ensuring that more students understand their rights when facing a visa denial. So, there you have it, Canada's study permit system is facing serious challenges, but students are fighting back and winning. With 80% of judicial reviews overturning unfair refusals, it's clear that many applications are being rejected without proper assessment. But as we've seen, there are ways to challenge these decisions and still make your dream of studying in Canada a reality. And the good news? Change is on the horizon. With growing pressure from students, universities, and legal experts, the Canadian government is reviewing its visa processing system and working towards more transparency and fairness. The future of study permit approvals in Canada could look very different, and staying informed is your best strategy. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone applying for a Canadian study permit. And if you want to stay updated on the latest immigration news, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an important update. Thanks for watching Canada Chronicles, and we'll see you in the next video.